Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another weekend edition here of the Sparkling Tuna Cup, the STC week number 104, Pap. Yeah, so many weeks, so many tunas. I'm of course your side VIP with you and joined by these amazing players, by the Boom Chat and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all to something a little bit special, because it isn't just the 104th edition of STC, but we are featuring a player for the first time. Let's go, for the first time in the history of Tuna Cup. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the pink Terran player, the pink Terran himself, the Polish Terran. It is Flexy. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. Mixing things up a little bit here. Let's go, playing Protoss. It is TaeJa. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Here we go. Again, for those that have not been watching the Cranky Ducklings over the past couple of months, you might not be familiar with TaeJa. He has returned. He did start competing, I want to say almost 2 months ago. In StarCraft Evolution. I think maybe, 2 months ago at this point, in SC Evo. In StarCraft Evolution, he has been active, he's been competing on a regular basis, and has been improving and has been looking pretty damn good. But his foray into StarCraft 2 tournaments began last week. Last week, what did he play in? Actually, I think it might have been this week. This week or last week, he did compete in WardyTV Monday. WardyTV Monday, TaeJa did compete. Again, it was either this week or last week, I can't quite recall. One of the two, TaeJa did take part, and now he's here for the first time in the Tuna Cup as well. Let's go, Pappy, let's go. No playing as Terran, but playing as Protoss. Again, if you've been watching him in StarCraft Evolution, he has been mixing it up between Terran and Protoss. Here, competing as Protoss. We'll see if he does end up switching to Terran. With our rule set, he is allowed to switch if he does want to. For now, though, is embracing that Protoss life. Let's go, Pappy, let's go. Hi. I mean, there have been a plethora of Terran players that have been switching to Protoss in recent times, and TaeJa may just be one of them. Oh boy. For now, we do have our CC on the high ground, economic opener, ranks expand into a delayed factory. Everything's looking normal from the side of Flexy. Meanwhile, TaeJa going for the gate expand. Now, when it comes to TaeJa's play in purely SC2, I don't really know how to rate him. When it comes to his performance in WardyTV Monday, he went down to Clem, which doesn't really tell us much. It's Clem of all players, so of course Clem was favored against TaeJa. But how does he fare against some of these other players in SC2? I don't really know how to place him. We're about to find out. About to find out. So Council is on the way. Of course, some of the skills from SC Evo do transfer to SC2, as he does play StarCraft 2 in SC Evo as well. True. Let's translate. Beaver goes in, gets a probe kill, gets one. Flexy does pull away. Pulls away. TaeJa going into a blink-based opener, blink into, I would imagine, 3-gate blink into a third base. This is really going to be a tell here as to whether or not TaeJa is watching competitive play, is aware of the current meta in StarCraft 2, and how well versed he is in it, based on his build of choice. We are setting up. And we do have our 1-1-1 here out of Flexy, going for the add-on swap, going for initially a medevac, not making full use of that tech lab. Interesting. A little bit indecisive as well, but is setting up with the medevac drop. Meanwhile, Robo's on the way. There's our third gateway, so 3-gate blink out of TaeJa. This is as standard gets here in DVB. This is the go-to opener that we would expect to see in Terran versus Protoss. From here, we can take extra gases and stay on 2 bases and go 2 base into Temple Archives into Storm. But we can see that TaeJa is going for the expansion before the tech. Does go before. As the third base is being taken. So focusing on his economy, again still playing it safe overall, and we'll see if we can keep up with the harass. So far we have limited scouting into the main base. It is going to be the add-on swap. Okay, so medevac drop into stim into a faster bio setup. Not going into any kind of banshee play. Medevac has arrived. What it minds to do on burrow. Ooh, and so far 2 probe kills. 3 in total. 3 kills in total. Not bad. Reaper back in. Let's pull back in. And Flexy, he will get away. Sorry, that was 1 probe going down even. 3 in total. So nice defense here at the TaeJa. Taking out the tuna. As because of Flexy's build of choice, he doesn't really have much of a setup here. He has a tank, true, no bunker. We do see TaeJa poking in. He can't pick up some Marines. Remember, Stim is not ready. Yeah, Stim is not done. Likewise, catching out a medevac. Nice pick up here out of TaeJa. Ooh, almost catching out a Liberator as well. TaeJa does blink away. He pulls back, going for a charge-based follow-up. We should be seeing a Forge with +1, then into splash damage, whether it's going to be Colossus or Storm. Both are going to be viable. Both are going to be options. Stage is just maintaining map control, and Flexy, we have yet to really move out. Stim is only just now finishing. With Stim finishing up, he can try to be active on the map, but currently he's lacking medevacs. He has no support in the skies, he has no drop potential either. And Flexy's still kind of working on it. As we have our splash jump of choice, going into another bay, but into the Temple Archives, into Storm. So Storm on the horizon for TaeJa. So Flexy, he's contained. That's another Stalker falling. So nice pick up out of Flexy. Third CC is on the way, so he's not going for a 2-base all in, but this is still a very late 3rd base. As Flexy gets a 3rd, we should be seeing a 4th base for TaeJa. As the base is soon to be on the way. Flexy moves out. The Liberator does get 6 probes, not bad. 6 workers go down, the Stalkers all 7 probe kills. The 1 Liberator is popping up. Flexy does push down the middle. Let's push right down mid. Liberator still dealing damage. At the same time, Flexy breaks out. Oh, gets the Observer. Nice pick up there. But Flexy doesn't fully commit across the map. Oh, as he's going to be running into a massive army. Storm is done in 10 seconds. TaeJa, he wants to fight. He wants to engage. Ideally wants to catch the army on siege, but Flexy does set up. And this is one of the big aspects here of Ultra Love. You can avoid this position, just go straight for the natural. Just go straight for the natural instead. Observer spots the army. Yep, TaeJa, he just ignores it. Goes straight for the natural base. They'll say peel off into the mineral line. And TaeJa just has to be sure to engage out of range. So they'll say catching reinforcements. TaeJa, he commits. Show us the storms. Oof, storms are brutal. 1 storm at least, the other less so. As Templar going down. Flexy's holding his own. He defends against the main army, but that's still going to be 17 SCV kills. Ay, ay, ay. Brutal economic damage. TaeJa never did expand, though. I will say that. His 4th base is late. So late 4th base out of TaeJa. Late expansion. Is now moving out once again to replenish his army. Flexy is still trying to recover. If the Wood Mines can connect well, then maybe he can try to hold on against this. A lot of it will still come down to the storms, though. How well do they connect? TaeJa does spot the army. He's aware. He does see the tanks. TaeJa's going in. He'll get both. Both tanks go down. The mine shots. Oof. Do connect. Observer goes down. Here come the storms, and they are connecting. So that was the first storm. There's still another left over. That Templar goes down. Another storm is coming in. Storms are landing. And with that, TaeJa does take another fight. What's important is that he's still maintaining that economic lead, and this time he was able to, for the most part, reset the Widowmine town, the tank can as well. Ghosts are building up. Flexy has been bleeding out a lot of supply, and TaeJa now going to be reinforcing with Colossus. So now he's done with the purely High Templar. Colossus are on the way. High Templar are good, but I mean, that's where Ghosts come into play. EMPs can completely shut down High Templar and their ability to storm. That's where you do need to diversify, switch things up, and embrace some Colossus. So TaeJa taking up. He's still looking quite comfortable, still on 4 bases. Now that the third is up and running, we can think about a fifth. There it is, 5th base is on the way. TaeJa can and will expand. And as the Colossus count gets higher, there are no Vikings. There's no setup for this. As the EMP, oh god. EMP lands while the storm is still brutal. TaeJa getting ready for his own zealot run by. Colossus moving in. He's a landing. But there's still storms left over. And the Colossus, they just dominate the skies. They dominate the ground, I should say. From the skies. Zealot open into the main. The prism should go down. Oh no, the prism! The prism survives. Warpin finishes by catching reinforcements, and TaeJa snowballing out of control. At this way, he's done. A GG gets called, and TaeJa, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, some solid play there out of TaeJa. We saw that to Flexy, he was holding his own for a time, but again, he was just losing so many workers who were stuck at home. Never really had momentum or map control, could never really apply pressure to his opponents, and with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. As we're getting into game number 2. Hold on, just hosting. Just hosting on up. As we're jumping into game 2. Game 2 is going to be on ley lines. Here we go. It's good that TaeJa's return there, one of the great ones for sure, for sure. From my understanding, TaeJa's return is temporary. Oh god, what's the terminology? TaeJa, I believe he already went through the exams and the process to become a civil servant. But I think like there's still like he has to wait to be like approved and things of that nature, from my understanding. So he's kind of waiting for that. In the interim, while that's happening, he's competing in StarCraft. He's able to have some free time, and he's interested once again in competing in StarCraft Evolution and now in StarCraft 2 as well. But I don't think it's necessarily long term. It's one of those things where, you know, once he's good to go, then he's going to be focusing his career elsewhere, and his time elsewhere as well. So we have it. We have to cherish him while we can. We have to embrace the TaeJa while we have it back. While we have it. Now, spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the pink Terran player. We have the pink Terran player himself. We have the Polish Terran. It is Flexy. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss, the South Korean Protoss. It is TaeJa. Everything is temporary except my bad puns. They're eternal. True, true. No. And also us casting all the StarCraft. That's one of the constants in the universe. Non-stop casting. Of course, this is our second cast of the day. We were live earlier this morning with StarCraft Evolution with SE Evo, where we were also casting TaeJa. Fun fact, this morning in SE Evo. For now, though, we do have, once again, a single gas opener. So Flexy is going for a CC after the Rax into a delayed factory. So economic start out of Flexy. Meanwhile, TaeJa, we're expecting more of the same, to be honest. Once again, like, I don't know how much Protoss TaeJa has been playing, but we're expecting more standard play, like 3-gate blink into charge, into storm, into 3 bases, then into storm, is kind of what we're leaning towards. But I'm excited to see if TaeJa is willing to mix things up, and if he has some other tricks up his sleeve, if he's willing to open Stargate, for example, or willing to open up charge, or go for a rover-based opener instead. Like, there are definitely some niche builds that you can embrace that we do see from time to time at the pro level, but I don't know if TaeJa's one to go into that. We'll find out together. We'll find out. But yeah, sorry, I was just double checking. Yeah, he took the Korean Civil Service exam. That's what it is. But it takes a while for like those results to like kind of be finalized and all that. So until then, we have it. We have TaeJa. Oh, speaking of mixing things up, we do have a different follow-up here. We have a second and third racks before Starport. This is the setup for a 2-base all-in. Okay, you have my attention. Basically, we're gonna be delaying the starport in favor of extra racks, in favor of early stims. This should be early stim, early combat shields, early upgrades into a very strong timing. Because everything else is gonna be delayed, typically we do pull the boys with this, as we are hyper fixating on purely bio production, on army production here with this build. Now, TaeJa, he has seen everything he needs to. He already saw the extra racks, he saw the lack of starport, so he knows how aggressive Flexy is being. He knows that he's working towards that early stim timing. So TaeJa, he does want to be active. He needs to be active across the map to pick away the army, to pick away the marines, to slow down the eventual move out. Blink is on the way. He's playing it safe, going 3-gate blink. As the hallucination once again just confirms. Gets eyes on the upgrades. TaeJa is fully aware. Aware. And Flexy's being a little bit assertive early on here, trying to catch at the army with his tanks. Oh, tank really goes up. Yes, another tank shot, not bad. Softens up the Stalkers. So, nice pickups here from Flexy. Meanwhile, Stim is almost done. We should soon be pushing. Looks like we're gonna have a third tank. And then Flexy can send it. Unfortunately, it's not ideally lined up here when it comes to the upgrades in that third tank. And as we mentioned before, Flexy will have the option to pull the boys. And I feel like he should. There's no starport, no third CC. Charge is almost done. Charge is going to be a big factor when it comes to defense. And here we go. The boys are being pulled. 2-base all in out of Flexy. Remember, TaeJa, he saw everything he needed to confirm this. It's on TaeJa to engage and slow this down. And already, go for the Marines. So let's pick off, what, 2 Marines. Gets a couple of SCVs. So far, so good. Behind this, warping in more Zealots. Sentries already with their force fields. And it's all about just chipping away at the army over time. Gets 5 SCVs already. Does force field, does lock down the army. Yeah, the army's locked down. Tanks are on siege, only 1. And the tank does go down. Yeah, TaeJa shutting this down at this point. 17 SCV kills. The Marines, they cannot engage. Tank just now sieging. TaeJa pulls away. No shield battery. There's no shield battery at the third, but he has plenty of Zealots. That's all he needs. Blinks on forward. The Stalkers, they're so low. They're so softened up. But TaeJa, he has enough. He has enough. He shuts down the all-in, takes down both tanks. And now there is no more army. The workers army. GG gets called. TaeJa shuts down the 2-base all-in, and TaeJa will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations, TaeJa. He will claim the series. He will advance on. A shout to Flexy for showing up, for competing tonight. And again, he didn't look too bad against TaeJa, especially game 1. We had a bit of a more back and forth, is what I will say. Here in game 2, unfortunately, the problem with going with these all-ins is that TaeJa saw everything early on. With the hallucination scouts, they were not denied. He saw the lack of starport. He saw the early maxes. The production did scream 2-base all-in, so TaeJa, he was already getting ready for that, and he was able to shut it down. GG. GG will play the solid scouting out of TaeJa, solid response, and with that, TaeJa, he will advance on. But let's head on over here to the rest of the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed.